25-23, the final in the opening set. Farrell with 6 kills, Penn State with 6 errors in the opener. And let's take a look at the Coke Zero game track, Karch.
And every one of those errors was an out-of-bounds error, the worst kind of error. You'd much rather have the team getting blocked, but you see there, Hawaii, not known as a great blocking team. They didn't get any blocks, but they got a whole lot of digs. 16 digs. It doesn't show up there, but along with those kills, Hawaii playing great defense. They need to do that. Make up for the fact that they're not the biggest, the tallest team, and strong at the net blocking. Led, of course, by Stephanie Farrell. You see that she's a net 4 divided by 12, hitting .333, far above her average. Now, Coach Soji says that when she's hot, she's really hot. She can go cold too, so they keep an eye on the distribution. When she goes cold, they don't set her as much, but they've got to keep going at her. She's the hot hand, just like you keep going to the hot hand in basketball.
Hitting percentage is one of the critical statistics in volleyball. You want to be up over that 300 mark. And for Penn State, their first set loss since Purdue, and just the 3rd of the season, and just the 6th set they've lost all year in their 36 matches. Ariel Wilson sliding behind, gets the kill.
The other thing we're seeing is so many sets going to Wilson and Hodge. Not much production, not a set to Balza, and only 3 to Darcy Dorton, who wasn't able to get going in that first one.
Farrell continues to have the hot hand, tools the block.
Neither coach changing his matchup. That you can choose any one of your 6 players on the court to be the first server. Rotate around. We call that spinning the dial. Both started in the second set the same way as the first set, which shows that Coach Rose for Penn State has enough confidence in his team that he's not going to panic or change something, change the matchup. He liked certain things about it, so he's going to try it for a second set. If that doesn't work, expect him maybe to spin the dial for the 3rd.
100 wins in a row for Penn State. Their last loss was September 15th of 2007 against Stanford. They went on to win 26 in a row that year to win the title, 38-0 last year to win the title, and now 36-0 this season. Quick in the middle to Hewitt, dug up by DeRico. Back to Hodge, stuffed. They go back to Megan, off the tips. Hawaii is doing a good job of slowing things down coming across the net, and the tip, Farrell missed it out.
Bad break, a rare setting error by Mafua to push the ball too tight, but the mistake Farrell made was to aim out of bounds. Just aim inbounds or push it into a blocker, then throw it out.
Mafua is the junior setter in her 2nd year in a starting role, an all-WAC performer.
Yeah, Coach Soji said she has improved so much over the last couple of years. She's got those typical sweet Hawaiian hands, much like Lindsey Berg, who used to play at Minnesota, who was on the Olympic team, the silver medalist team, and Robin Ramos Santos. In fact, he's very proud that he had 3 Hawaii players out of the 12-person roster winning silver medals from Beijing.
It's been such a tremendous tradition that he has established in Hawaii. Year in and year out, they lead the nation in attendance. Over 6,000 a match at the Stan Sheriff Center this year, including nearly 10,000 on the night that Shoji won his 1,000th match. Brown sets it out to Dorton. Hawaii in transition. Danielson.
Wow, what an out.
Glass was there on the line to get it. And then put away by Hewitt.
Danielson finally getting one past the block of Blair Brown at 6'5", going down the line, but Alicia Glass came up with it.
Glass to Blair Brown. Pounds it home.
We talked about it a little last Saturday. Remember, Penn State lost 2 huge All-Americans, Krista Harmada and Nicole Fawcett, and the production that went along with it. Blair Brown is somebody who's picked up a lot of the slack this year, but so far really had trouble getting going. Only her 3rd kill, but 2 errors so far this match. But normally, that's where the production has been made up, and their numbers have not fallen off at all because of that.
It's been remarkable how much similar they are this year statistically that they were last year. And losing Harmato and Fawcett, who we understand are both overseas, watching the match tonight on ESPN 360. The two All-Americans from a year ago who have also had a stint with the national team.
Nice pass by Wahine.
Mason tipped it over. Now Mafua's going to go to Hewitt. Did she get the corner? Yes, she did.
Hewitt doesn't get many attempts, but when she does, Mafua picks her spots well and gives her a block that there were two players up, but they were very late getting up. So Hewitt had a nice opportunity for the kill there.
Perhaps Hewitt has next in the long line of quality players at Hawaii. She was the WAC Freshman of the Year this season. Dorton puts it away.
That's the matchup they like better for Dorton, is when she's attacking against Danny Mafua, who is a pretty good blocker at 5'10". But that's one of the few weaknesses that, or one of the weaknesses that Penn State might try to exploit more. They still need to get the player on your screen, though. Blair Brown going. She's such a big producer for this Penn State offense.
Jamie Lee serving. Dorton tried to go over the top of the block and got the touch. Point Penn State.
And that was an interesting combination. Penn State running both hitters right down the teeth of the defense. So there were three blockers up. To me, it didn't look like a touch.
That's what Dave Shoji was arguing. That was a touch for Penn State. And the stop from Wilson and Hodge.
That's a tough one to try to get the ball to Kaufman. The pass was a little off the net, but let's see if Mafua goes right back to her. Nope, pass off the net. They have to go out to the outside. That's not a good matchup.
The size, the critical difference in this set. Hawaii can only put 3 6-footers on the floor at any given time. Penn State can have 6 of them out there.
And that's why they have to pass so well. But when they pass off the net, it's lights out Penn State.
Would be the third time again for the juniors and seniors at Penn State, looking to go for 3 in a row, and they are on top here in the second, 11-5. Penn State, along with Stanford, one of the only 2 programs that's been at every tournament. They are looking for their 4th national championship in this, their 8th trip to the national semis.
Penn State coming right out strong. They have been here so many times now over the last few years that losing a first set has not fazed them. One of the things that coaches track is how well you receive the serve of the other team on a scale of 0 to 3. That was a 3 pass right there. In set number 1, Hawaii passed very well, but their passing has broken down, fallen from a 2-4 to a 2-0 in this second set. And that's why Hawaii, the main reason why Hawaii is down 11-6 in this second one. They need to control the serve of Penn State.
And that's a big reason why the Penn State block has also been able to be much more effective this set. They've got 5 different players that have a piece of a block, and it's 3-0 in team blocks this set already in favor of Penn State with that big size advantage. Hawaii does not get the touch. Point Nittany Lions. Stephanie Farrell, who was huge in that opening set with the 6 kills. Mafua looking to Kaufman in the middle. That's been an effective play for them. Well, the NCAA Division I Women's Volleyball National Championship match comes your way Saturday night at 8 Eastern on ESPN2. For more information, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships. Glass looking for Hodge. Stripped down through the floor.
Again, Penn State running its offense more into the middle of the court. Normally, Megan Hodge attacks out by the sideline, but this time she comes inside and has a lot of angle to hit at. Opposing middle blockers have to take some of that.
Quilico able to keep it alive. Hodge off the antenna. Point Hawaii.
But the difference is in this set, that was the first out-of-bounds attack by Penn State. Remember, they had 6 of them, 6 freebies out of 25 points for Hawaii, the first one. And almost nothing Megan Hodge could have done on that last one.
Good D by Mafua to keep it alive. In transition, Glass to Brown. Point Penn State. We'll continue to try and get Blair Brown going, one of their 4 first-team All-Americans, along with Wilson, Glass, and Hodge.
And they were saying Brown was actually the best player in the gym in the springtime. Had a huge spring, but had some back problems she dealt with earlier this season. Took her a while to get going.
She'll set up Megan Hodge. Dug up by Kaihua. Danielson